Hello friends, we are back with one more interesting trick, and the trick is to find peak inverse voltage, or you can say peak reverse voltage of any rectifier circuit. Okay, so let's jump directly to the sum, and there only we will see the trick. So the first sum is from EC 2004. In a full wave rectifier using two ideal diodes, VDC and VM are the DC and peak values of the voltage respectively across a resistive load. If PIV is the peak inverse voltage of the diode, then the appropriate relationship for this rectifier are. So basically we have to find out the average voltage as well as PIV. Okay, so in the question you can see we have a full wave rectifier using two ideal diodes. It means that the full wave rectifier is nothing but a center tapped rectifier, right? So let's draw the circuit diagram of center tapped rectifier first. So it will be somewhat like this. This is your VI. Okay, this is grounded. Here we will get two diodes. Okay, and this is connected to ground. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram of center tapped rectifier, and the question is we have to find out PIV as well as average voltage. So for PIV you must be very clear what is the definition of PIV. PIV is nothing but the maximum peak reverse voltage that is applied across the diode. Okay, so basically we have to find out that condition at which the diode will be reverse biased. Okay, so here if we consider the positive half cycle, you can see for positive half cycle this diode will be forward biased, but this diode will be in reverse biased. Okay, so we can use that condition also. So if we take that condition, we will get this is our secondary winding, and here we will get plus minus VM. We are considering maximum voltage. As you can see, the PIV is the maximum reverse voltage applied across the diode. Okay, here also we will consider the same thing, minus VM. Here what you have to do is, here you can see this diode is going to be forward bias, so we will replace it by short circuit, and the diode which will be in reverse bias you have to replace with open circuit, and you know we will get PIV across the reverse bias diode. Okay, so this is the point where we will get the PIV, and now the question is what will be the polarity. The polarity will be in such a way such that the diode will be in reverse bias. Okay, so here you can see if it is positive, then it means that anode is getting positive, but it is not the case. Okay, so here we will get the negative, then only this diode is going to be in reverse bias. Okay, so we are considering minus plus here. Okay, always you have to consider that polarity at which the diode will be in reverse bias. Okay, and this will be connected to ground. So now if you apply the KVL, what you will get, plus 2Vm minus PIV is equals to 0. So you will get PIV as 2Vm. Okay, so you can say PIV of center tapped rectifier will be 2Vm. Okay, so from the option you can see we will be remaining with A and B option. Now our question is what will be the DC voltage. For DC voltage we know the formula, that is VDC will be 1 by T 0 to T VOT d omega t, right? This is the traditional way, that is 1 upon T will be nothing but 1 upon pi. Why? Because the waveform of center tapped rectifier is somewhat like this. This is your input waveform and this will be your output waveform. Okay, where you will get positive peak in both the phases. Okay, so here it is your 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi and so on. Here it is pi, 2 pi and so on. Okay, so you can see the time period of this output voltage is pi. Okay, so that's why I have written here pi. Okay, now 0 to pi, VOT here will be Vm sin omega t, right? Vm sin omega t d omega t, right? Here it is Vm, here it is Vm, here it is minus Vm. Okay, so now if we further reduce, we will get Vm by pi minus cos omega t, right? 0 to pi, and here we will get Vm by pi minus Vm by pi. Cos of pi will be minus 1, cos of 0 will be minus 1. Okay, so here we will get 2Vm by pi. Okay, so you can say the DC voltage for center tapped rectifier will be 2Vm by pi. Okay, so as per this the B option will be the correct one. Okay, so this was the traditional way by which you can find out the DC voltage, but let me tell you, for PIV this method is the best, but for VDC you should not use the formula always. Why? Because you know this is the circuit of standard rectifier. Okay, and we also know the waveform of this rectifier. Okay, so you can do one thing, you just remember this thing, that is n into Vm by pi. will be the formula of all rectifier. Okay, so you can see we have a full wave rectifier which is giving two lobes under 2 pi. Okay, so you will write here 2 Vm by pi. Okay, so this is the DC voltage of your center tapped rectifier, while in case of half wave rectifier it will be simply Vm by pi. Okay, so in 0 to pi you will get only this one lobe. Okay, and in pi to 2 pi it will be 0. Okay, so you can say for half wave rectifier we will use Vm by pi, and for full wave rectifier we will use 2 Vm by pi. It will be same for full wave bridge rectifier as well as full wave center tapped rectifier, as it is dependent only on the waveform. Okay, so the VDC will be same but the PIV will be different. So let's see that. So first let's see for full wave rectifier using bridge. Okay, so the circuit will be somewhat like this. Okay, this is your transformer, this is your plus minus Vi, and here we will have a bridge. Bridge will be somewhat like this. Okay, you should note one thing, that these two diodes will be in the same direction and these two diodes will be in the same direction. Okay, so this is your bridge and here we will get output. Okay, so now let's find out the PIV. For PIV we know that at least one diode should be in reverse biased. Okay, so if we consider for positive half cycle, you can see for positive half cycle this diode and this diode going to turn down. Okay, so we will get the circuit like this. Here we have plus minus Vm, we are considering always the maximum value. Okay, this will be open, here it will be short circuited, here is your resistor, here it will be short circuited, and here it will be open. Okay, and we will get PIV across the reverse bias diode. Okay, so for this we will consider minus here, plus here, then only this will be in reverse bias, right? So here it is our PIV. So if we apply KVL we will get minus Vm plus PIV is equals to 0. So our PIV for full waves bridge rectifier it will be simply Vm. Okay, and in case of center tapped rectifier it was 2 Vm, but here in bridge rectifier it is Vm. Okay, let's see the PIV for half wave rectifier also. For half wave rectifier it will be simply like this. This is your one diode, this is your half wave rectifier, this is your diode, this is your transformer. Okay, so let's consider for positive half cycle. For positive half cycle this diode will be short circuit. Okay, so basically here no diode is in reverse bias, so from this half cycle we cannot find PIV. Let's see for negative half cycle. Negative half cycle you can clearly say that this diode will be in reverse bias. Okay, so here we can find out the PIV. Okay, so at this condition here we will get minus plus Vm. Okay, as we are considering negative half cycle, and here it will be simply minus plus PIV. Okay, it is connected. So if we apply KVL like this we will get plus PIV minus Vm is equals to 0. Okay, so it is nothing but PIV is equals to Vm. Okay, so this is the simple method to calculate PIV of any rectifier circuit. Okay, so for half wave rectifier it is Vm, for full wave bridge rectifier it is Vm, for full wave center tapped rectifier it is 2 Vm. Okay, and DC voltage, you know, for full wave rectifier it will be 2 Vm by pi, for half wave rectifier it will be Vm by pi. Simply you just have to note this formula, that is n Vm by pi. N is nothing but the number of lobes coming between 0 to 2 pi. Okay, for full wave it will be 2, for half wave it will be simply 1. Okay, now let's see this question. This question is not the part of GATE exam. It was asked in one of the government exam, that is DMRC, and the question is the voltage across the secondary of the transformer in a half wave rectifier without any filter circuit is 25 volt. The maximum voltage on the reverse bias diode will be. Okay, so you can see here we have a half wave rectifier without filter circuit. Okay, so it is saying that we have a simple half wave rectifier. Here we have one diode, and it is saying that the voltage across the secondary of the transformer is 25 volt. Okay, so here we are getting 25 volt, and we have to calculate the maximum reverse voltage on the reverse bias diode. Okay, so for that we have to consider negative half cycle, right? As you can see, for negative half cycle only this diode will be reverse biased. Okay, so we will simply draw the secondary winding. Okay, here we will get minus plus 25 volt, as we are considering negative half cycle. Here we will get minus plus PIV. Okay, then only this diode will be reverse reverse biased, right? Okay, so here if you apply KVL, we will get 25 volt minus PIV is equals to 0. So PIV is simply 25 volt. Okay, so for this question, this C option will be the correct one. Okay, now let's see this sum. This question was also asked in DMRC exam. The voltage across the secondary of the transformer in a half wave rectifier with a shunt capacitor filter is 50 volt. Okay, the maximum voltage that will occur in the reverse bias diode. Okay, so if you read this question carefully, this is the tricky question. As you can see, we don't know the VM here. We know the voltage across the shunt capacitor. Okay, and this is the hint for us. If you draw the circuit of half wave rectifier with shunt capacitor as a filter, you will get the circuit like this. This is your half wave rectifier diode, and here you have a capacitor which have the voltage that is plus minus 50 volt. Okay, and from this you can say that maximum voltage will be 50 volt. Why? Because if you consider the positive half cycle, at that time this diode will be short circuit, right? So whatever will be the maximum voltage, this capacitor will be charged to that voltage, right? So here this capacitor is charged to 50 volt, so we can say our VM is nothing but 50 volt. Okay, but we have to calculate the maximum voltage that will occur on the reverse bias diode, that is PIV. Okay, so for that we consider the negative half cycle. So for negative half cycle, we will keep here minus plus. Here we know VM is 50 volt. Okay, we will open the diode and the capacitor won't get discharged, right? It does not have any discharging path. Okay, so it won't discharge. Here the capacitor voltage will be simply 50 volt, and here it will be minus plus PIV. Okay, now if you apply the KVL, you will get 50 minus PIV plus 50 is equals to 0. Okay, so it is nothing but PIV is equals to 100 volt. Okay, so for this question, A option will be the correct one. Okay, so if we conclude, for calculating PIV, we have to consider that half cycle for which the diode will be in reverse biased. Okay, and we have to note the polarity of voltage across the diode. Okay, it will be in negative. If anode is here, then here it will be minus plus, and we will calculate the PIV. Okay, and then you have to simply apply the KVL to get your PIV. Okay, so motive of this video was to remove fear from this PIV. Okay, so hope you understand this strategy of calculating PIV and DC voltage of half wave rectifier. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you guys.